coming to you live from down by the river. It's your questions.
Try to forget it any way I can. Keep on rocking in the free world.
99 problems, but a mortgage ain't one.
Keep on rocking in the free world. Keep on rocking in the free world. Keep on rocking in the free world.
Did I tell you guys that I love you? I love you all. You guys are amazing. And the questions just get better and better. So let's get to it. John Meyer says, okay, it's not a question. No questions yet, Justin, just a statement. Brother, you must get some serious action with the ladies as seen your opening. LOL. Well done, lad. Well done. Well, John, you might want to search my video list about girls in vans because the best girls out there love this lifestyle. And I've some of the happiest couples I've ever met are living in Class Bs and smaller, much smaller than this too. So, you know, like Happily Houses says, less stuff, more freedom. And there's a lot of smart girls out there that get it. So it's not just guys. And yeah, definitely. You know, girls have always liked vans though, ever since the vanning days back in the 70s when everyone had a tricked out custom van with a bed in the back, shag carpet, and a bar inside, you know. There's something about it. I think that girls are attracted to being self-sufficient, self-sustaining, and in a way, if you're living this lifestyle, whether it's something like this or a converted cargo van or even an RV, you're not subject to a lot of the problems that people have paying month to month living in apartments. They're one paycheck away from being on the street or couch surfing or having to stay at a friend's house. I see that all the time in my circle of friends. And I thank my lucky stars that I don't have to deal with any of that stuff. I don't have to deal with relying on roommates or worrying about if I lose my job. You know, I'm fine. And I think girls see that as security, and that's a big attraction for a lot of girls. And a lot of girls too, they also feel the same way. They're minimalists like I am, and they agree that less stuff is more freedom, and it's a great lifestyle. So if you find a girl that's not interested or thinks they need some huge giant space, then it's probably not the type of girl that you're going to be wanting to get serious with anyways, right? That's the way I look at it. There's enough girls out there. You don't need to go for those types. Anyways, let's get to the RV related questions now. Krenov72 says, semi-van life related question. What hotspot do you use and how much for how many gigs? Been shopping around, was curious. I have a job opportunity near Chilliwack. Hey, right on, another local guy. That is somewhat remote, but have access to a booster that helps. Looking to make some videos. Awesome. Curious as to how much data you use in a month. Don't worry, non-competing video content, LOL. Don't worry, man. I hope everybody in their vans gets out there and starts making YouTube videos. It's amazing how many people subscribe and comment, but they have no videos up. I don't understand it. Use your phone. Make a video. Anyways, answer my question. I'll PayPal you a beer or two. Keep on rocking in the free world. Right on, buddy. And it's only because you said that I'm answering your question. Just kidding. But a beer or two? Hell yeah, man. I'll come out Chilliwack and visit you sometime. So, I actually don't use my hotspot anymore. I was paying Fido. Fido is a flexible rate data plan, and it maxes out at $35 a month for 5 gigs, and then it charges you $10 per gig if you go over. I've simplified everything, just like I've simplified everything in my life, and I've gotten rid of stuff that doesn't make me happy, and it just uses up space, and that includes things like this, like technology. I now only use my phone. I have, let's just put it this way, I work in the wireless industry, so I do get some discounts, but I pay about $100 a month and I get 10 or 12 gigs. And when I was using my hotspot before, that's about what I would max out on as well. I budget $200 a month or so for my internet alone, and phone, sorry, internet and phone. And I think that's perfectly fair and perfectly reasonable, considering that a lot of people spend that much for home utilities, cable, and internet, and home phone, and hydro, and you know, all those bills. And considering that I can use it anywhere, I don't have to be stuck in one place hooked up to their cable. I can use it pretty much anywhere there's a cell phone signal. I think that's actually a hell of a deal. But I do control it, and I obviously don't go... I haven't been doing a lot of live streaming lately for a reason. First of all, I don't want to be in front of my computer screen too much because I like to be outside. And second of all, it uses a lot of data, which is just unnecessary. So I try to limit myself to 10 gigs a month. And it seems to be working just fine now. So I was using the hotspot, though. If you want the hotspot, all the carriers sell them, but Fido is the best deal. They're about $10 less than all the other guys. So go with Fido. Do some videos. I'll be watching. Bill Nye! Bill Nye! I wonder if it's the same Bill Nye. It's probably the same Bill Nye that won the t-shirt on my last video. So congrats, man. Also has a question. I'm creating my own RV out of a 1996 15-foot U-Haul truck and was wondering if you knew why there is a black water tank and a gray water tank. If they're both wastewater, why can't there be just one tank? Let me tell you something. That would be gross, man. It would be gross. Do you imagine every time you take a piss and take a crap, it goes into the same tank and all those fumes are coming up your pipes, your plumbing, and coming out of your sinks? Ew. You don't want that, man. You definitely want those separate. Simon T says, Justin, love the shag prad, bro. It's Simon T. Once again on a different YouTube account. Okay. Just curious. I'm seriously considering a Class B. Some questions. I'm 5'11" and a little plump, and I'm wondering if you think a van might be too big. And I think you mean, do you think you'd be too big for the van in terms of height? And my greatest concern is bathroom being able to comfortably stand in. Do you think that's a problem for me? And the brand of van I like is a 1994 Roadtreks. And do you have enough leg room while driving and sitting in, or is it cramped like a coach seat in an airplane? Most of these are 6 feet to 6'2". I think this is 6'1" or 6'2" in here. There's some solutions, though. I mean, you're obviously going to be tall enough, but if anyone's over 6 feet, you could always just throw a skylight on the roof, and then you've got almost half a foot of extra space above you. But I mean, again, if you look around, there's people that are perfectly comfortable in cargo vans they can't even stand up in. So it's really, I mean, what are you going to be comfortable with? Human beings can adjust to small spaces like that. It's amazing. You think you can't do it, and then you try it, and you're like, geez, I can do it. As far as the width goes, the Roadtreks, they're back in '94. They didn't really have any of the wide bodies. Those didn't start until about the 2000s. So it's going to be about 10 inches narrower than mine is. But they're pretty good layouts, and they have lowered floors. That's why they have full standing height inside, even with the lower roof on them. The bathrooms in the Roadtreks, actually, it might be to your advantage. The bathroom in these is a full enclosed permanent bathroom, just like a lot of the Pleasureways have as well. But the Roadtreks has the aisle shower, where you actually open the bathroom doors and you pull the shower curtain around, and you're standing underneath the roof vent in the middle of the aisle. So the kitchen almost becomes part of your bathroom, basically. That, to me, is an inconvenience. I prefer to have a permanent bathroom, but if you're really big and you're worried about the small space in a Class B for the washroom, you're going to have a much bigger showering area than I am if you have that type, like the Roadtreks has. So, I mean, my best advice to you, man, is to go to dealers' lots and actually stand in them and try it out and see what you think. Don't actually try the shower out, but if you can stand in there. Take a look at Happily Houses. He just bought the same motorhome I have. And he's a big guy. He's a lot bigger than I am, and he can fit in the bathroom just fine. To me, I don't care if I can sit down and have a bath and move around. As long as I can stand there and the hot water's pouring on me, that's all that matters. So yeah, it should be all right, man. And you get pretty good fuel economy, and they're really, really stealth too. So it should be good. Now, as far as driving, the Dodge Ram vans were designed in 1971, and the front cabs, no exception. They're exactly the same as they were in '71, pretty much all the way up until the late '90s. They're not the biggest. They have a big doghouse over to your right of your leg. A lot of the older ones with the big block engines in them, they're famous for burning your leg because your leg's up against the engine cover, against the doghouse, and they would get so hot, those big block engines. And anyways, that's not a problem with these guys, and it wouldn't be a problem with your Roadtreks. But they're not as spacious as the redesigned Ford Econolines and the newer Chevy vans. I wouldn't go with the new Chevy vans. I've gone over that in videos before. Why wouldn't? But they're not as big up front. However, you can pull the seat back. All the seats can go right back, and then you get a little more leg room. But I mean, compared to a commuter car and all the rest of those, there's definitely enough room. So get in a van, check it out, man, and see if it's good for you. But just remember, Even a Roadtrek, which is smaller than this, is still 3 times bigger than people that happily live in Volkswagen Westphalias. So, Modern Patriot says, "Hi, I saw some of your videos and they're very informative. I love the idea of the freedom living in an RV offers. My question is, have you tracked the monthly cost of living full-time in an RV? Thanks." Oh, and then they left another comment. "Sorry, I just watched your video, RV Life Costs of Urban RVing, and got my answers. Great videos." There you go, guys. Search the videos. Chances are I may have answered your question already. So with that, drop your questions below, and I'll see you on the next video, guys. Keep on rocking in the free world. Hey, so what do you think of van life?
Van life's fucking awesome.
Got styrofoam boxes for the old